All right, we are back with Dr. Kelly Gephardt from Happy Tales, and she is answering your pet questions. Right now, we're kind of focused on back to school and how to get your pet ready for when the rest of everybody else goes back to school and back to work and all that kind of jazz. I did want to go over the toxins again, because I do think that that's something that we have all these things in our house.
Yeah, so absolutely. Some of the things that, in particular, that go into kids' lunch boxes are grapes and raisins. Those can be very toxic to dogs. Sugar-free products like sugar-free gums or candies that contain xylitol can be toxic. Macadamia nuts, onions, garlic, moldy food, chocolate, very, very common toxicity. And especially when kids are bringing home the chocolate to sell, they might have a lot of extra chocolate in their backpack. That can cause a toxicity. The cold packs used to keep the lunches cold, those can be not super toxic, but they can cause some toxic symptoms if they chew and bite into them. And medications, ADHD medications, albuterol inhalers, over-the-counter medications like anti-inflammatories or Tylenol. If there are any other kind of medications or drugs in the backpack, we need to be aware of that too, because if a dog gets into them, that could definitely cause some toxicities.
Okay. I know that every time I leave my dog, I feel totally guilty. So I do like a frozen peanut butter bone, like one of those bones that you can fill in. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, am I being a good mom or not a good mom? And what other recommendations do you have for when we leave the dogs?
Brilliant. I
Okay,
love
good.
it. That's amazing. The frozen Kong trick is phenomenal because that's a long-lasting treat, takes them a long time, stimulates them, stimulates their brain as puzzle solving. So any kind of interactive toy or treat you can leave out for your pet to play with to prevent boredom and mischievous behavior is excellent. Kongs are great. Chew toys appropriate for your size of dog and the strength of their chewing. Food puzzles, and they can take a long time for them to sort through and get the snacks out. So smart. Catnip and hidden treats around the house for cats. You can make little like scavenger hunts for treats for your kitties. It's so fun to watch them sort through that. Another thing to do is play soothing sounds or music on your radio. I'll often say, Alexa, play soothing music for dogs. And they have this station on Alexa that will play it. Some pets really love Animal Planet. They actually like to watch the cats and dogs and whatever show is going on Animal Planet. And just having that sound to drown out background noises will help decrease their anxiety. Some other things you really want to think about too is pet proofing your home when they're home alone. You want to make sure that you have all the toys and shoes and anything they could destroy. Make it safe for them. Pick that stuff up. Make sure that your trash is stored away properly in a cabinet with a closed door so they don't get into that. The bathroom trash should be up on a counter or the back of the toilet. We see a lot of dogs get into trash and get garbage gut or foreign bodies. So those are things you can do. And if your pet has access to a doggy door to go out into a fenced yard, make sure you double check your fenced yard to make sure that it is doggy proof so that any loose boards are connected. There are no holes in the fence. The doors are closed. The gates are closed. Those are things. And if you really need to make sure your pet is going to be safe, you could crate train them and keep them in a crate while you're gone with interactive toys and good treats when they're in the crate, just to keep them extra safe if needed.
We just got this text question, and it's kind of about this. They're asking, do you leave food and water out for dogs when you're gone?
Definitely water, definitely water. I prefer, rather than free feeding, I prefer to do a twice a day feeding where they have a certain allotted amount of time to eat the food. And then you know for sure exactly how much they're eating. Did they eat or not? How much did they eat? You can quantify their ingestion better that way. Food left out during the day, free feeding, it can create some other, issues, and you really don't know how much they eat. But if you're going to be gone for an extended period of time and they're pee-pad potty trained, maybe some food and water if your day out is longer than the normal work day, but definitely water. They need free access to water at all times.
All right, so once kids go back to school and stuff like that, they're going to be meeting new friends and wanting to bring new friends home. How do you deal with that with your pet? Because they're not going to know your pet possibly.
Right. It's really important. That's a great question. It's really important to make sure that all the new visitors and your children know the rules and expectations for each pet, where to pet them and where not to pet them. For instance, if a dog has painful hips, make sure the friends know we don't pet our dog in this area because it could hurt. Making sure that everybody knows that all the doors stay closed and what they can eat and what they can't eat. If your dog has allergies or a sensitive stomach and intestinal tract, make sure that your kids' friends know, oh, Fluffy can't have, chicken because it makes them itchy or makes her vomit. So these are the only treats that Fluffy can have. Those are some things to make sure that the new people in the house know all kind of the rules and safety measures, and making sure that if your dogs get really excited or the cats get really anxious with new people, maybe find them a safe place, put them in the bedroom with some soothing music or a special treat when new friends come over, so that they can be away from all the excitement and everybody can be calm and safe.
Yeah, because the dog gets excited as the kids, and then there's all kinds of flailing around and noises and all that other kind of jazz.
Yeah, absolutely. And also when the lots of people come in and out, you want to make sure that their ID tags and their microchips are up to date, so that when those doors are open and close in the mornings and the afternoons when friends come over, if they do slip out, they can be returned to you quickly.
Okay. All right. So we are taking your text questions, of course. 336-379-5775 is the number. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.